A lot of production here that these two teams are going to have to make up. Let's see who steps up today.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting storyline for an already interesting season. Obviously, COVID and everything affecting, the season and the schedule. NJCU is a very young team, boatloads of freshmen on that squad. And then for Montclair State, you mentioned no Sanchez and no Nixon Soglo, 23 of their 64 goals last season. Who are you looking forward to seeing, and who do you think is going to step up, or who has to step up, honestly, for Montclair State to have another successful season?
Right, so last game, John B. Cagato, who is a sophomore forward. Today, Coach Todd Tumulty has opted for two forwards, as he's going to have Cagato a big game.
Yeah, and Cagato scored that 80 tightly contested matchup. Last season, recap, Montclair State went 18-5-2. Our NJCU went 11-10-1, 0-9 in the conference. So just an interesting stat right there.
Which means they went 11-1 in out-of-conference games. So
Good
that's
afternoon,
impressive
ladies
for
and
that
gentlemen,
team.
and welcome to
Play
MSU
better
Soccer Park at Pitzer Field on the campus of Montclair State University for this afternoon's New Jersey Athletic Conference men's soccer match between the visiting Gothic Knights of New Jersey City University and the Red Hawks of Montclair State. Let's meet this afternoon's starting lineups. First for the visiting Gothic Knights. In goal, number 1, Nick Linebaugh.
As the starting lineups will be
Number
announced.
3, Pierre Urtiaga. Number 4, Alvaro Cordoza. Number 5, Nelson Segovia. Number 6, Jonathan Sandoval. Number 7, Oscar Perez. Number 8, Luis Lang. Number 11, Juan Macias. Number 17, Gabe Cruz. Number 22, Brian Quijano. And number 24, Anthony Salmeron. The assistant coaches for the Gothic Knights, Brendan Guzman, Mike Rudden, Dan Hernandez, Chris Segovia, and Brian Rodriguez. Head coach of NJCU is Joe Cullen. And now the starting lineup for the Red Hawks of Montclair State. In goal, number 1, Shane Keenan. Number 3, Ryan Catalano. Number 4, Daniel Rodriguez. Number 6, Donovan Davis. Number 8, Michael Casper. Number 9, Jandy Cagado. Number 12, Osman Mendez. Number 13, Anthony Pelias. Number 16, Dimitri Materis. Number 17, Brent Llewellyn. And number 18, Steph Corman. The assistant coaches for the Redhawks, Max Wurzberger, Marlon Pollard, Dwight Ceballo, and Zach Bible. Head coach of Montclair State is Todd Tumulty. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that everyone rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the NCAA Montclair State promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches,
just
and
to go over the
spectators.
starting
Request for
lineups one more
cooperation
time.
by supporting the participants
For
and
the
officials in a positive
NJCU
manner.
Gothic Knights, it will
Prohibited
be
racial or
Nick
sexist
Winneball,
comments or other
Foley,
intimidating
Aldebaran,
actions
Toon will
directed
not
at
be
officials,
starting
student
tonight,
athletes,
or
coaches,
today,
or
I
team
should say.
representatives will not be
Number
tolerated,
3,
and a
Piero
grounds removal
Urtiaga,
from MSU Soccer
Alvaro
Park.
Cardozo, Nelson Segovia,
Also,
Jonathan Sandoval,
all spectators
Oscar
must
Perez,
abide by all
Luis
COVID
Lang,
protocol rules.
then
Masks
Juan
must be worn at all
Macias,
times
Gabe
inside
Cruz,
MSU
Brian
Soccer Park, and
Quijano,
encourage social
Anthony
distancing
Samaron.
among the spectators
For
in the
Montclair
stands.
State,
We thank
it
you
will
for
be
your
Shane
cooperation,
Keenan,
and please enjoy this
goalie,
afternoon's match.
Ryan Catalano, Daniel Rodriguez, Donovan Davis, Michael Casper, Jandy Cagado, Osman Mendez, Anthony Pelias, Materis, Brent Llewellyn, and Stefan Koraman, the defender, the 6'4", 180 defenseman out of Wayne, New Jersey. So we're about to start this game right here.
So, as we see, last game Brogan Quigley got the start in midfield. However, Brent Llewellyn got subbed on just about the 85th minute and ended up picking up assists to Cagado. So, Llewellyn's not in today. He's going to have his first start of the season. I'm excited to see what he's going to play.
Yeah, good point. Todd Tumulty definitely saw what he liked what he saw from Brent Llewellyn. The assist there to start the season for Montclair State, getting them off to a 1-0 start.
And on the other half of the field, we got to mention NJCU's head coach Joe Cullen is a Montclair State graduate in the Hall of Fame here with the soccer program. He enters his 5th season with the Gothic Knights. Cullen was a part of MSU Soccer program from 2006 to 2009, where he won 4 NJAC titles in his 4 seasons with the team. So, a legendary member of this program, now coaching against his former club.
Yeah, so some familiar faces here at the soccer park here at Montclair State. Joe Cullen, again, a Montclair State Hall of Fame trainee. And here the players take the field. Again, Montclair State won their first game 1-0 against Stockton. NJCU, this is their first matchup in a long time due to COVID, obviously almost a year and a half now. Obviously a shortened schedule this season. They went 11-10-1 last year. Again, they won their first 9 games, I believe. Then 0-9 in the conference really hurt them. For Montclair State, they won the NJAC and then got to the Elite 8 in the NCAA Tournament Division 3.
Right, so as far as the matchup between these two clubs, historically Montclair has had NJCU's number when it comes to their rivalry, which admittedly hasn't been much of a rivalry considering Montclair has won 53 of the 66 meetings between these two sides.
And the last 10, so yeah, you could say that twice because 53 to 66. They definitely had their number, or have their number. Let's see if that continues today on the pitch. And it looks like NJCU will be running a formation 4-6 formation today.
Right. Yeah, so as we can see on their roster, they only have 3 forwards listed on their roster, none of which are starting today. But as we know with soccer, a midfielder can be converted to a forward quite easily. So we'll see who comes out of the pack and who goes up top for NJCU today.
Exactly. And they're missing they're missing a lot of scorers, actually. Again, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, a lot of freshmen and sophomores for this team. So Coach Joe Cullen, he might have a few headaches after this one. First game of the season, a lot of freshmen, a lot of new players.
Definitely.
Could be some mistakes, but a lot of learning going on with the Gothic Knights.
Definitely, considering their top 4 scorers from last season aren't with the team anymore. Just, similarly to Montclair, a lot of production to pick up. Let's see who makes it up today.
The Gothic Knights here. And the ball will be retrieved by Shane Keenan.
Ball over the top here, being chased down.
Ball out of bounds will be a throw in. Ball intercepted pretty easily there by the Gothic Knights.
Right, if you're Coach Tumulty, you don't want to see Montclair giving up possession in that type of area. You're only going to get there so many times in the game. You need to take advantage of that. As we said, Tumulty, this is a great coach for this team. He's entering his 5th season, is it?
10th season.
10th season with the program.
Yep. Very successful coach for Montclair State in his 10th season here. He reached the NCAA tournament in his first 6 seasons at Montclair State.
Right. His record at this point with the club, 156-39. That is a heck of a record, especially in a tough NJAC conference.
Also was a 3-year starter here at Montclair State, a defensive standout.
You see NJU feeling it out a little bit. It looks as if number 8, Luis Lang, is the first player forward right now. And it's knocked out by Gabe Cruz. Throw into Montclair.
Throw in there by Ryan Catalano.
Montclair's going to get another one on the sideline here as Cardozo knocks it out.
Catalano, the 5'11", 160-pound defensive midfielder out of New York.
Montclair player went down, but the ref waved at him to get up, not giving him that foul. A bit of a sloppy touch there from Masias. It goes out of play.
Seems like the teams are just feeling themselves out a little bit here. Again, the second match here for Montclair State, just the first in, again, a while for the Gothic Knights. So
right.
We're bound to see a little bit of, nerves, some jitters.
Definitely, yeah. Like you said, this is NJCU's first game of the season. It's Montclair's first game at home, so a bit of feeling out going to happen in the first 5 to 10 minutes here before we start to see some real action.
Yeah, their first game at home since their NJAC tournament victory in the championship against Rowan when they won 1-0.
And Coach Tumulty is going to be looking for nothing less than a championship this year.
Ball kicked into the box there, Montclair State. Looking to make some noise early. And ball intercepted there by the Gothic Knights.
It was Llewellyn that got a foot on it, but he was surrounded by defenders. And that's Llewellyn, the 5'10" junior midfielder for Montclair. The ball is looped out of play for a goal kick.
Again, Aldahir Kazoun, the senior for the Gothic Knights. 2019 was actually scored a goal for the first time in NJCU history for a goalie. Was actually featured on SportsCenter. He is not starting today. Nick Linneball, the junior goalkeeper, got the start.
What are they feeding these goalkeepers lately that they're scoring these goals?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Just last night we saw lacrosse goalkeeper Thomas Francie for Kane University. He scored a goal against Montclair, so they got to be feeding these goalies something good. And it looked like there was going to be a chance there for Montclair, but it rolls out of play.
Not a bad possession there for Montclair State, though, getting it into the Gothic Knights side of the field.
Definitely. You just want to see a little bit more forward action, a little bit more of a connection there. We saw Llewellyn waiting around the penalty spot for the ball that didn't end up coming.
Linneball with the goalie kick.
Well won in midfield. It's picked back up. Goes for a long-range shot.
And the ball saved there by Linneball. Nice attempt, though. The lefty strike.
It's good to get Linneball's, you know, like we said, it's his first game of the season. Good to get a stinger like that in his bones.
Yeah, make him feel you a little bit.
Definitely. This is number 4, Daniel Rodriguez on the ball, passing it off. Montclair going back. Another ball over the top. It seems Montclair is getting some access down that right side.
Some contact there. No call from the referee.
Looks like we're going to have our first corner of the game on the far side for Montclair. As you can see, there's some fans up top of the parking garage overlooking the stadium.
Yeah, it's good to see, yeah.
It's quite a nice view. We also have some family in the stands here.
It's a nice Saturday afternoon here.
Definitely.
It was a little bit warmer the past couple days, but starting to warm up.
Yep. Definitely better than the last couple of weeks.
Ball saved again there by Linneball as he throws it out. Taken back by Montclair.
And a wayward effort there from Dimitri Madaras for the Redhawks. Goes wide right. But it's good to see Montclair on top early. They've already had several shots, and NJCU has not gotten anywhere near Montclair's box. You have to think it might be the formation that NJCU is playing. Not quite as attacking as you'd like.
Yeah, Todd Tumulty must be pretty pleased here. The first couple minutes were a little bit shaky, but the last few have been pretty good.
It seems NJCU is having trouble getting over Montclair's heads on those goal kicks.
Good point. Yeah, they have not been able to get it past Montclair State midfielders.
And a back heel here. It looks like he was shoved in the back, but the ref bats the eye and looks the other way. That was Donovan Davis trying to draw contact outside of the box. As you can see, NJCU with only one player, now 2 players in Montclair's half. They're going to have to get a little bit farther up the field if they want to have some substantial attacks. But Montclair State's team press is just too strong right now.
Yeah. Stingy defense from Montclair State.
The thing is the high line that they're playing as well. You can see the Montclair defenders, their last man back is just past midfield, so NJC has a lot of ground to make up to get near that net if they want to trouble Keenan in net.
Again, that might be their biggest problem this year with missing all their, their top scorers. A lot of freshmen, they've got to figure some things out, and that might be the, at the top of the list.
Right, and a great tackle there on the edge of the box. Sees the ball go back to NJCU.
Ball taken back by Montclair.
Bit of a pull in jersey. The ref played advantage for a second, but had to call it back. We're going to get an early yellow card here. It's surprising this early in the game to see a yellow card for that jersey.
It's a little surprising. The yellow card will be on...
Yeah, I didn't quite see who that was assessed to.
Either way, it'll be a free kick here for the Redhawks.
Quite a dangerous position. This is one, if you get a righty on it, you can see them, they want to curl that ball off with their right foot around the right side of the wall into the far right post is really the ideal situation here, but looks like we have a lefty, Dimitri Madaras, lining up on the left side. He can either choose to go for the near post or curl it into the box for his teammates.
And we just got told that the yellow card was on Anthony Samaron.
And the 10th
Nice
here.
throw!
Rocks off the post.
Off the post. Beauty of a free kick there. Couldn't get it to go.
That was number 12, Oshbin Mendez, off the post and out. Man, that thing looked like it was in until it wasn't.
Mendez, the freshman, proving what he's worth so far in the second match already.
The freshman defender as well. You know, Tumulty is seeing that going, we got him playing defense. He can kick those like that.
And the Gothic Knights are feeling a little bit of the pressure here from Montclair. Again, Montclair 18-5 last year. Tremendous record.
Right.
Really good program.
Once again, a header won by Montclair off the goal kick. NJCU just has nothing going forward so far.
Yeah, they're struggling to get anything going. Exactly right.
As Donovan Davis gets fouled, the ref again plays a little bit of advantage, but once he sees that NJCU is going to gain possession, he had to call the advantage back. And that's a rule in soccer that isn't in all sports. It's in some sports, but for soccer, if you get fouled and your team still has possession, the referee can play advantage to see if the play will develop. It didn't in that case, and the ref had to call it back for the foul.
Ball just too long there for the Red Hawks. Throw in here for the Gothic Knights.
So we've seen so far Donovan Davis having success down the left side of the field, and it seems like Llewellyn is having success down the right side. Montclair doing what they want so far.
Ball headed there by Mataras. Throw in again by Catalana.
Davis again trying to hold off the ball.
Davis looks like he's complaining a little bit, maybe thinking he was held there. Trying to control that ball for the Red Hawks.
And you got to say, as a defender, he's quite far up the field. You know, on the left side of that pitch, Montclair going very attacking here, trying to look for the first goal.
Yeah, they're trying to set the tone early, and they have so far. Nothing to show for it, but
right.
They keep playing like this, they're going to have a goal or two. Because the one off the post was very, very close to going in. Beautiful free kick there.
Once again, NJCU just hopelessly hitting the ball up top, and Montclair gains it back. And it looks more to be a 4-5-1 for NJCU with Luis Lang up top, kind of on his own. He does have a little bit of support from number 6, Jonathan Sandoval, but overall, NJCU knowing what they're up against, being very defensive.
Another rip shot there, laser shot in see there by Venable.
And the shot was from Dimitri Materas.
Terrace is having himself a pretty nice half here.
Definitely. And I think the two up top approach that Coach Tumulty has gone for has definitely worked so far. NJCU has not had answers for Montclair's attack yet. NJCU look to gain possession here. That Montclair defense is swarming. And anyone on NJCU gets the ball, and there's 4 or 5 white shirts just surrounding them.
Nice pass there on the right side of the field. Montclair will look to make things happen.
And it seems like Montclair, knowing that NJCU is playing defensive, is trying to go a little bit wide to spread them out so they can find gaps in between.
.32 minutes left to go here in the half. And again, another throw in here.
And, you know, we're about 12 minutes into the game, and I would say right there was the farthest that NJCU has gotten the ball into Montclair's half.
Great sign, yeah. Great sign for Tumulty and the Red Hawks.
The pass goes astray here, and it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, a couple more minutes here without getting the ball past, you know, midfield, and you got to feel, you know, a little bit frustrated here for the Gothic Knights. They must feel some frustration because of the swarming pressure by Montclair.
Definitely, and you got to think Coach Keenan is watching his team thinking, man, I want to get out on that pitch and help my team, as we have a player down here for Montclair. The athletic trainers come out to check on him.
So our first stoppage of play here.
Can't quite see. It looks like number 13, Anthony Pelea, is going off the pitch here. Looks like he's set to check back in, though.
Pelea is already a shot on goal for the midfielder.
And the referee drops the ball back in play for NJCU. The ball going around the back with NJCU here. And you can see the Montclair State pressure. They've got
a lot of guys swarming the goalie there.
They've got 9 men in NJCU's half, so NJCU is not going to be able to hold the ball like that and do it comfortably. Montclair is going to be on them.
You got to wonder if that was in the game plan for Coach Tumulty, you know, knowing that this is the first game here for the Gothic Knights.
Right.
Put some pressure on them early. Make them feel you.
There's going to be Ryan Quigano here with the throw-in. That's won by McLean. Batters this game all Montclair State off goal kicks, throw-ins, everything. They're dominating in the air.
A little bit of a sloppy play there by Montclair, and now the ball.
There's Perez out there on our side. Looked at ahead of team, but attacked that. It's going to be NJCU's, I believe, first free kick of the game in their own half. Let's see if they can do anything with it. Number 17, Gabe. Cruz waiting at the far post. He's unmarked right now. Let's see if the Redhawks recognize that. And they do. They go pick him up with a man. Montclair holding a high line. They're outside the 18 as the ball comes in.
Cruz crosses it in, almost into the box. Ball still controlled here by the guys in green.
And it's NJCU now with the high line as Montclair look to come out from the back. And they
Great
can.
pass there by Montclair, but it'll win a ball up and kicks the ball down to the Gothic Knights side of the field.
And that was number 6, Donovan Davis, hunting that down. It looked for a second like Davis was going to be through on goal, but NJCU's keeper off his line well.
Yeah, he was ready for that one.
It's intercepted by Llewellyn and almost finds its way in the net. NJCU just...
Yeah, they avoided disaster there.
Exactly. As Lindbaugh goes to pick up the ball behind the net and reset the play. There was about a 20-second span where NJCU had the ball in Montclair's half. They tried to implement the high defensive line, but Montclair played one ball out from the back and almost ended up scoring off of it. So NJCU going to have to be careful to not leave themselves exposed at the back. It's a short goal kick here, and Llewellyn was pushed as he tried to go and head it. Montclair will have the ball.
And the referee will stop things here.
The ref seems to have a good handle on the game so far. He's called all the fouls that he should.
Cross into the box. Back to the Gothic Knights as they look to push the pace.
Good pass there. It's number 8, Luis Luang.
Gabe Cruz looks to be their best player so far. The freshman out of Colonia, New Jersey. I don't believe any shots on goal. Let me check. Yeah, no shots on goal so far. 5-0 here, Montclair State advantage.
If you're NJCU, you're hoping for an opportunity here soon before Montclair gets... You got to feel that Montclair is going to score soon at this point with these attempts going on net, the pressure they're putting on NJCU.
Yeah, one's bound to go in. I mean, you look at the stats here: 5 shots on goal for Montclair, 5 shots, 4 on goal, 1 corner.
Right, so these first 15-20 minutes have been dominated by the Redhawks. Some good play there on the far side from NJCU, and that ball ricochets out of the stadium and down the hill. Someone's going to have to go chase that. They'll be back in about 20 minutes.
Throw in knocked away. Another one here.
You can see Coach Tumulty there directing where he wanted that throw in placed. Didn't materialize into anything though, as NJCU gets the ball out.
Headed there by the Gothic Knights, but back to Montclair.
Montclair also seem to have the size advantage overall on NJCU, especially through Pelaez and Donovan Davis. Montclair has a lot of size.
They're winning the 50-50 balls, yeah.
You know, Pelaez he's listed here at 5'9". I've got to say, he looks much taller than 5'9" on the pitch. And Donovan Davis listed at 6'1".
Steph Corman, 6'4". Another header there from Montclair. And again, they
a heavy challenge there. Play is going to be stopped for the referee. It looks like he's going to send out another yellow card.
That's 2 yellow cards for Jersey City.
I believe that was number 5, Nelson Segovia, that received the yellow card.
So Segovia and Samarin with yellow cards.
They're going to have to be careful. They've got about 70 minutes left in this match to not receive a second booking. As you know, in soccer, first yellow card is a bit of a warning. If you get a second yellow card, you get a red card, and you're out of the game. And your team will have to play a man down for the rest of it.
Corner in.
Off the set piece, it was well worked for Montclair, but headed just wide to the left.
Beautiful set piece there by Montclair.
Looked like he was looping in for a second. Must have had the goalkeeper nervous.
He's had his work cut out for him so far.
Definitely a tough start to the season for him. First 20 minutes, he's getting barraged.
He's got to be looking at his teammates like, let's get the ball on the other side of the field for a little bit here.
Through ball played down here to Donovan Davis. He's chasing it down. Not able to keep it in play, though.
Davis has been very active, though.
And he was defended there by Alvaro Cardozo, number 4. And Davis seems to be more of a left wing back so far. Coming inside for these goal kicks and then swinging out to the left for through balls and things like that. Lineball seems a bit frustrated with himself there. I don't know if he hurt his knee or if he's just angry at the quality of his goal kick, but they have not been on par so far. Also not a good sign. And Donovan Davis is bundled over here by Cardozo.
It's a couple times. He's hitting the ground.
And the ref called it the other way. He called a foul on Davis there. I thought it was going to be the other way around, but it's going to be NJCU free kick.
The ref not fooled there.
I guess Davis had his arm wrapped around the back of Cardozo.
Montclair State pushing the pace here.
As the ball goes out of play on the far side for a Montclair throw-in.
Another goalie kick here for Nick Linneball.
So actually, we just had a correction here. Number 6 is midfielder Justin Goldberg, who's been doing the good work down the left side of the field.
Yeah, sorry about that. 13, Donovan Davis, and the number 10, Anthony Pelaez. Lindenball really puts his boot into that one. Ball kicked back to him as they try to make things happen. Heavy pressure here from Montclair as they get the ball back here.
Llewellyn, bit of a dummy, then a layoff.
And we will get
Montclair State,
corner.
yeah, Montclair State corner on the far side. Let's see if they can capitalize off this.
Their second corner of the game.
So just to confirm again, Anthony Pelaez is number 10, Justin Goldberg number 6, and Donovan Davis number 13.
As the corner is kicked in and headed over the goal.
Looks like it went out off an NJCU player. It was headed onto an NJCU player from the Redhawks. And it's going to be another corner on the opposite side this time.
So Montclair will think about what they want to do here. This time from the different side of the field. Dribbler into the box.
NJCU throwing bodies at it to try to stop it. And it's flicked up here from NJCU. It's going to be another corner.
Another corner here. 3 in a row here for the Redhawks.
Let's see if third time's the charm on this next corner.
They tried to get rid of the ball there, kick it downfield, clear it, but couldn't do so under the pressure of the Redhawks. That shot was by Donovan Davis. This corner back to the top of the box.
It's Llewellyn with the rip, and it goes over the net and out of play.
Almost to the fans at the top of the parking lot.
It's almost a nice souvenir from one of them.
They get the nice aerial view of the field here. Beautiful field here, by the way, at MSU Soccer Park.
Definitely, we have the overlook of the parking garage to the left. We have the Feliciano School of Business to the right, and the hill in the background and the neighboring communities of Little Falls behind us. It's a beautiful location.
Perfect day for a nice Saturday afternoon soccer match.
Right, and we're used to soccer being played in the fall. The season starting in September, getting into the cold months of November, but
everything's different a little bit now. Oof. Nice clean shot attempt there. Too high though.
That was Goldberg with a mazy run through the defense. But like I was saying, soccer, you don't normally starts in September. You get into November when you're playing championship games. It's freezing out. This year's different. We're starting this season in March. It's going to go until April or May, and it's going to be real hot when this season finishes up. A bit of a transition for this team, especially in this region of the country where it gets real cold up here in these months.
Yeah, sure. The players don't mind once it starts getting warmer.
Definitely. Yeah, having a championship in May instead of November, definitely not a bad thing.
Another header won by Montclair.
You can see the goal kicks there from line ball just kind of die out at about 40 yards and give Montclair an opportunity to win it back.
Yeah, that's a problem so far for the Gothic Knights. It's Montclair, they kick it and then Montclair gets it right back quickly. Again, nothing to really make Shane Keenan, nervous over there. He's just relaxing, standing by himself,
right,
watching things unfold.
Getting those minutes on the stat sheet, keeping that clean sheet alive.
Hasn't let up a goal yet this season.
Another ball there over the fence. Definitely not a bad thing as a goalkeeper. Kind of just hang out, watch your team dominate. He's got to know his moment's going to come, though, for a save.
Yeah. Got to be prepared.
That's part of the job with being a goalkeeper, is keeping your focus. There might be, 89 minutes in the game where you're just standing there watching, and then in the last minute, you need to be the one to save the game.
Couple substitutions. Dimitri Mataris is out. Brogan Quigley in. Jake Stump in for Montclair State. Brent Lelowin out. And Steph Corman out. And Carlo Altamirano in. So 3 substitutions there. Quigley's had some really important goals for Montclair State in his career here, with the game-winning goal last year against Rowan in the NJAC championship game. Again, the last game Montclair State has played here before today. Pass is a little too strong as Lindenball is quick to come out. Oscar Perez trying to make things happen.
He's dispossessed by Ryan Catalano, one of the captains of this team.
Perez, the diminutive senior out of Passaic, New Jersey.
It's going to be a corner here for Montclair State on the far side.
And they're winning in every facet of the game right now. Again, nothing to show for it, but you keep getting shots on goal, and one's bound to go in. They're too good of a team to be, given all these chances.
Right.
NJCU is really going to have to step up here in the last 16 minutes of the half.
Right.
And in the second half if they want a chance to win this game. Player down for the Red Hawks as he gets up. Another substitution, Donovan Davis out. Marvin Cadena in. Justin Goldberg is out as well. Julian Zamora is in.
And like we said, it's been all Montclair State so far. 10 shots to New Jersey City's 0, and 4-0 advantage on shots on goal for Montclair.
And that shot was by Zamora, missed high, so he came in the game and is wasting no time trying to make his imprint on the game. Or the match, I should say.
Another dominant header in midfield here, this time by Daniel Rodriguez. As Quigley chases it down.
Quigley lost a little bit there, but got control.
Some pressure here for Montclair. It was not comfortable for the goalkeeper, who has to get rid of it for 3 waiting Montclair players. NJCU just doesn't have the size to compete aerially, I believe, with Montclair. They just, everything that gets pushed out from the back, Montclair wins right back.
Yeah, it looks like they're a little bit stronger, quicker, a few steps ahead right now.
Right, and that's Aitor Valdez up top, very isolated right now for NJCU. You struggle to see how they're going to create any substantial opportunities. They only have one guy over half field at any given time. It's going to be tough to get anything going outside of long balls.
Yeah, Coach Joe Cullen's going to have to come up with something different here in this match.
Right, and from his playing career, he's got some tricks up his sleeve that he can try to execute on the field with his team.
Oh yeah, he's definitely not lacking in any experience or knowledge of the game.
Right. And here's the corner. Headed to the far post. It's chased down here by a Montclair State player. Put back into the box.
And that one, ooh, over the top of the goal.
It looks like it's going to be a foul on Montclair State on the goalkeeper.
Some heavy contact there between Montclair and Lindenball.
Let's see if he places it where the foul happened or if this is a straight-up goal kick. Okay, yeah, it seems like there wasn't a foul called. It's just going to be a goal kick. Sometimes you see those called as a foul on the attacker when they run into the goalie. The goalie has, special protection because, they've got to use their hands. They got to come out for the ball. So sometimes you see the foul called on the attacker on those, but not this time. It's going to be a goal kick. Calling for a foul there was number 19. That's Jake Stump. He was kind of wrapped up by the NJCU defender. And here's a foul over on the left side of the field. I believe that was Justin Goldberg with the foul. Is the ref going to go to his book again? He is. He's going to put Justin Goldberg in his book for a yellow card. Heavy challenge. The NJCU player is still down.
So Goldberg gets credited the yellow card.
Oh, excuse me.
No, Jake Stump, actually. Sorry about that.
Jake Stump, number 19.
Another substitution for NJCU. Juan Macias is out. Kevin Guerrero is in.
Got a little bit tough to see the numbers on the back of Montclair's jerseys with the.
It is not easy.
It's a little bit of a red outline to it.
making it a little bit hard on us. The jerseys are nice, though.
They are very nice, I will say that. The all whites, the white socks.
They're not lacking in style.
Definitely.
Montclair regains possession here.
Some moves on here in the
Nice
box. He's going to
moves.
lay it off. A ground ball, and it's deflected, and a great save there by the goalkeeper.
Very good save there.
Got to have some keen reactions there. And that was Linbaugh in net making the save.
A couple feet to the right or left, and that one was going to be 1-0 Montclair. That shot was by Jake Stump. So looking to get some revenge there after the yellow card.
A nice physical play there for Montclair to win the ball back. So you have some fans calling for a foul, but that was all ball. And this is something Montclair's been able to do that NJCU hasn't. They've been able to possess the ball around the back a little bit with less pressure. NJCU is trying to put pressure, but like we see, it's just the one man, number 23, chasing the ball. You can't. That was Aitor Valdez chasing it down, but
Poor Aitor.
and a goal here. Ball over. Goal! And it's going in on the far side.
Beauty of a goal there for Montclair State as they score in 1-0.
Quick ball over the top led to a little chip over the goalkeeper, and it nestles in the far post, and Montclair celebrates on the far side of the field.
And there you go. That was their 6th shot on goal.
And that was Marvin Cedena, his first goal of the season for the Red Hawks.
The freshman out of Morris Catholic High School.
The Montclair State goal scored by number 11, Marvin Cadena. The time of the goal, 32-41.
So like you said, that was Cedena's first goal of the season to put Montclair up 1-0 on NJCU. And you got to say, that goal was coming. Montclair has dominated this half in every facet of the game, on the ground, in the air. Just overall, they've been the better team so far.
And that's a killer for the Gothic Knights, because you got to think they were crawling to the halftime, trying to get to the halftime. You know, best case scenario 0-0 with the way this game was going.
Right. Yeah, to be one goal down now, they're chasing this game. And we're going to have to see them come out from the back a little bit more and be a little bit more open with their play. So Montclair State player here is fouled.
Foul there on the Gothic Knights. Yeah, if you go into halftime in this match 0-0, maybe you get some halftime adjustments. But now it's 1-0. It's looking a little bit bleak here.
Right.
Especially when you're not getting any shots on goal.
And it's going to be especially tough to score against this Montclair team, who has a very tight defense. And the ball is poked forward here, and it's going to be a penalty called by the referee. That was Jake Stump, I believe, getting the touch right before the defenders. The defender took him out, and the ref points to the spot for a penalty. As I was saying, for NJCU, going to be tough to score on Montclair with their tight defense. Last year, they allowed 20 goals in 25 games, which is elite. So it's going to be Jake Stump who won the penalty to step up and take it.
Yeah, they scored 64 goals and only allowed 20, as you mentioned, so very impressive.
Are we going to get a Golasso here from you if he scores this?
We may. We may. We just may.
So I like to see this from Coach Tumulty. The player that won the penalty gets to take it. It's a very important thing for me in soccer.
You reward the player, yes.
Definitely.
Foul is on Oscar Garcia.
That's going to be Stump, the freshman forward, to step up and take it. See if he can tally his first goal for the Red Hawks.
Goal! Another goal for Montclair State, 2-0 here.
And that was Stump with the penalty kick to put them 2-0 up with about 11 minutes to play in the first half. NJCU shell-shocked, running up 2 goals in the span of 3 or 4 minutes.
Linnebaugh dove the wrong way.
The goal comes on the penalty kick. Time to go 33-25.
2-0 here, Montclair State. Goal for Jake Stump. Gets the yellow card a couple minutes later, scores the penalty kick goal.
An effective debut for Stump here.
Very effective. First collegiate goal. Or no, Jake Stump. Yes, first collegiate goal for Jake Stump and Cardena.
And you got to think Montclair State smells blood in the water. They're going to try to go for a third, maybe even a fourth before halftime to put this game out of reach.
Yeah, they have not been tested really so far. Can't let up, though. You can't, you got to play to your opponent. You can't underestimate them.
Definitely.
Especially if they can get a quick goal here with 10 minutes left here in the half.
And we've seen a few times last year, NJCU putting up 7 or 8 goals on their opponents. So like you said, you can't let up because they can explode. The ref is a little bit annoyed here. It seems NJCU's taking a few extra steps on their throw-ins. Referees are always looking for that. You don't want to give the team an advantage, of being a little bit further down the field, so the ref has to call it back from the spot where it went out of play.
Lazy pass there by Alvaro Cardozo.
And a cynical foul there. Very cynical foul from Oscar Garcia, and he goes into the referee's book. Third yellow card.
The Stump hits the ground.
And you can see there, Oscar Garcia knew that Stump had him beat down the sideline and tacked him down. As the ref fills out his card.
Yellow card again on Oscar Garcia.
And Montclair is going to calmly play it back.
We've seen our fair share of yellow cards here so far.
And a ball over the top is going to be claimed by line ball.
Ambitious pass there. Again, just a really nice half of soccer here.
Definitely. I wouldn't even say there's any negatives for Montclair. I mean, maybe a couple fouls here and there that didn't have to be committed, but otherwise it's been perfection. As this is the first time NJCU has gotten inside the box.
They're looking to make something happen here. Cross. Oh!
And that looked to be a flop from the NJCU player. He was at least 3 or 4 feet away from anyone else and just went down looking for a penalty. I mean, at this point, that's their best chance to have an attack on goal.
A little acting job there.
Definitely. Not what you want to see, though, in the sport. Just try to get, flopping and stuff. They're trying in big leagues as well to get it out of the sport.
Let's get away from that, yeah. Good pass there. The offensive player just wasn't in the proper position.
Right. I'm surprised the referee didn't go to his book for a yellow card for simulation. We see that quite often. A thick foul on the other side. NJCU, they know when Montclair is about to get past them, take them out. That's one of the key rules of soccer.
Referee just got negged there.
Did he really?
Yes.
One of the golden rules of soccer, you can't let both past you, the man and the ball. So if the man gets past you, you take him out. Or if the ball gets past you, you take up the man. Because if the ball's past you and the man's past you, you're in the mud.
Yeah. NJCU looks a little bit frustrated. They're pointing to each other, kind of confused as to maybe their formation's a little bit off.
Right, and that's Nick Atsuerta. We saw, a little bit animated there, asking his teammates, asking questions of his teammates in their passing.
It can be a frustrating game when you can't even get close to the net. They got close to the net once, weren't able to put it in.
That's cut off here by NJCU, out for a throw-in.
So again, if you're just joining us, Jake Stump and Marvin Cadeno with a goal each to make this 2-0.
As we have a check-in on the stats, they're even more one-sided than they were before. We look at team stats here. It's Montclair State with 14 shots to 0 for NJCU.
Yeah, this is a match where if you go into halftime, you're the coach, you throw out the stat sheet and say, let's start fresh.
Right.
Another souvenir for somebody. Some dribbling on the sideline there from the Gothic Knights. Doesn't work out as Montclair again regains possession. And just the one player running around.
Right, yeah.
Not a lot of pressure.
You'd want to see maybe 2 guys chasing the ball. That man becomes isolated by himself. Montclair has the presence of mind to play it around him, and they just get out easily at that point. If if NJCU had another 2 or 3 players chasing after that, they might be able to, create something out of that pressure.
Yeah, if they had more guys, you would, maybe there's not 14 shots, 7 on goal.
Right.
So.
And that must be what it is, that they know that Montclair is potent on offense and they don't want to give them any space.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a foul there on the far side.
Couple substitutions. Ryan Catalano is out. Delvin Nicotia in. Michael Casper out. Thomas Jabez is in. And for the Gothic Knights, Aitor Valdez out and Ryan Avandi in. Avande.
The ball back here to line ball.
Headed right to the...
NJCU look to play it through there to Ryan Avandi just on the pitch. As he chases it down. He's opted for the gloves, which I like that style.
Yeah,
players
style.
Especially with the short sleeves, the gloves look pretty cool.
It's not a look you see too often.
No, he's going for the Anthony Martial approach. That's for the Manchester United fans out there. And it looked to be a push in the back there, but the ref calls for him to get up. And it looked like Lineball may have been struck in the head on the way through. But it did seem that there was a push in the back from the NJCU player, but the referee
swallowed their whistle there.
Yep. Those are dangerous when the keeper's coming out and the player is, falling forward. You worry for head injuries in those type of plays. Luckily, there was none in that situation. Just another one to the list of headed balls there, won by Montclair.
And another one there, and it's going to be a throw in here.
If we had a stat for headers won, it would be probably 50 to Montclair to 2 to NJCU. Yeah. It's been domination so far there.
It's a big part of the game as well. I mean, every single time you feel like the ball's been kicked by Lineball, that it's been headed,
right?
And Montclair just quickly regains possession and does what they do.
And even though we see some different players on the pitch now for NJCU, it seems to be the same formation, a 4-5-1, where that lone attacker is kind of just trying to do it all by himself.
Four minutes left here. 4 and some change.
The ball's back to Daniel Rodriguez here on the near side, the junior defender out of Parsippany, New Jersey. Plays it long to Delvin Nketiah, and it's going to be out for a corner. Good work there from Nketiah, and a good ball from Rodriguez to bring the ball up the pitch.
It's one of the best balls we've seen probably in the first half.
Right, that one connected from behind midfield, about a 40 or 50 yard pass into Nketiah's path.
Here comes the corner.
The ref goes over to check on something. The ref seems to be moving the corner flag, adjusting it.
Ball right to Lineball as he catches it pretty cleanly.
My eyes deceived me for a second. I thought that was Lineball in the near post, and I thought that was going in.
How do we feel to it? Kind of just right in.
Another ball here, one in the middle by Montclair.
Not even contested there, right to. Ooh.
And here Montclair got 6 or 7 men going forward here. They've got numbers all across the bus tag. Another chance there to go up 3-0 for the Redhawks.
These last 15 minutes have been very scary for the Gothic Knights.
Right.
I mean, the whole game's been a little bit out of balance, but the last 15 minutes.
I think they're all going to go into halftime and just take a big collective deep breath after this half. They have been berated by the Redhawks.
Yeah.
And the stats now showing 15 shots to 0. The advantage to Montclair.
Nick Atu Hortua.
Good tackle there.
He's going to throw it in here for Jersey City.
I mean, just look at the numbers Montclair have near this ball on this throw, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men to NJCU's 3, and they're the ones defending. That's not the type of numbers you'd want to see from NJCU.
Free kick from Oscar Perez as he's directing somebody to something here.
And it's Jake, one of the goal scorers here in the one-man wall to try to stop this free kick.
Ball curving in right into the Montclair player.
And let's see if NJCU can create something here before halftime. A coming together of players there, but there's no foul on either end. Just some middle ground contact. Nothing new for the referee.
Again, no pressure here in the.
No pressure. They're putting on pressure in terms of sending guys to the ball, but they're not really swiping. They're not biting.
1 minute remaining in the half. One minute.
Another ball here down the left side. It's going to be successful into Niketia.
Niketia looking to make something happen, but ball right to the goalie.
Cross didn't quite have the sting on it. But once again, we see Montclair just doing what they want down the left side of the field to NJCU. That through ball is working every time. And a great step up here from Rodriguez.
Niketia has given them some good minutes there.
Right down the left side, he's having some
on the
success.
left side of the field.
Seems to be a bit of a late challenge there, and it's going to be penalized by the referee with 25 seconds left in the first half. So we'll see if the referee has any stoppage time or if we just get a straight up whistle to end it.
This ball a little bit short of the box.
As Perez picks it up and tries to go to work. And it's popped out of
10
play
seconds.
by Marvin
9,
Cedeno.
8, 7, 6.
As you hear our PA announcer counting down the
4,
seconds to the end of the first
3,
half. NJCU going to
2,
bomb one forward,
1.
an attempt. And that is it for the first half.
End of the
No
first
shots
half.
on
The
goal
score, Montclair State
or
2,
shots in general for
New Jersey City,
NJCU.
A
nothing.
little bit of a goose egg here for the Gothic Knights here.
Right.
2-0, Montclair State. 15 shots, 8 shots on goal, 7 corners, a couple yellow cards, some interesting action here in the first half at MSU Soccer Park. What did you like most here if you're a Montclair State fan?
The defense is absolutely destroying NJCU so far. Like I said, if there was a statistic for headed balls won, it would be Montclair at about 60 to NJCU's 5 at most. They have nothing going in terms of aerial ability right now against Montclair.
Yeah, if you're a coach, Todd Tumulty, what are you saying to your team? You know, you don't want them to, you gotta, the other team's capable, and they can make a run. So you want to instill, more confidence in your squad. A team that's already got to be very confident. They're up 2-0 in this match.
Right.
What do you think's being told to them in the locker room?
So a coach like Tumulty, who's in his 10th season, he's seen it all before. He knows these games can turn quickly. He's going to want his team to be more efficient offensively. He's going to say, okay, you guys are creating the opportunities. We have 15 shots, but we only have 2 goals out of that. So he's going to look for a bit more efficiency in the second half. I don't think Montclair's going to relax whatsoever. They're going to want to run it up and try to score as many as they can on NJCU.
Mm-hmm. And so far the goals are by Jake Stump and Marvin Cadena. The first one by Cadena, the second one by Stump a few minutes later. Some really good action. I mean, the Gothic Knights, like you said, they're just struggling to get anything going. It's just been it's been frustrating to watch. I can only imagine being on the pitch for them.
Right.
Just they're trying to get it close to the net, close to the goal, make the Shane make the goalie
Shane Keenan.
Shane Keenan a little bit nervous, but that hasn't been a factor very, very often here in the first half at all.
And we'll see if NJCU head coach Joe Cullen, tweaks his formation, his tactics a little bit in the second half. I don't think the formation that he was using was working, and he will definitely understand that, knowing that they had no shots in the first half. So he might try a 2 up top approach. Maybe he goes even 3 up top with some wingers to try to get some movement, any signs of life here from NJCU.
Yeah, the formation is going to be something that's really interesting because clearly something wasn't working. You got a lot of freshmen, like we mentioned a couple times on this broadcast earlier. There's going to be a lot of growing pains with this team, a team that went 11-10, 0-9 in the conference, so they struggled mightily there.
Right, but it's surprising on Montclair's end, considering they don't have their 2 top goal scorers from last season, and their they lost Ian Johnson, who was the leader in minutes. That's 3 very important players for your team. To come out and to put it to NJCU like they have, that's a testament to the new players that have come in and Coach Tumulty and his staff.
Yeah, and piggybacking off what you said, it's got to be a good recruiting class, good coaching, some good country from Montclair. And those are 3 really good signs if you're a Montclair State fan and you're looking for another season where last year they went 18-2. Maybe they can do better. They won the NJAC, get back into the NCAA Division tournament or Division III tournament, where they got to the Elite 8.
Right.
So, a couple really impressive things. They got some guys to make some noise. Jake Stump looked really good in that first half.
He did. He was causing some trouble. As well as Nketiah, Delvin Nketiah. When he came on, that left side was exposed for NJCU. It was Daniel Rodriguez playing the through balls to Nketiah down the left, and it was successful basically every time.
Yeah, and Kagado, the story of last game, has been a little bit quiet, but Justin Goldberg hasn't been quiet. So guys are, next man up for Montclair State. Whoever isn't playing that well today, or whoever has been, a little bit quiet, other guys have been able to fill the void.
Right.
So I think we're going to take a little bit of a quick break here. Don't go anywhere, because the second half will be back soon from Montclair State, New Jersey, between the Montclair State Redhawks and the NJCU Gothic Knights. Don't go anywhere. And we're back on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Sonny Bartel here alongside Tyler Harris. And speaking of the NJCU Gothic Knights, who are the players you saw something in the first half? Did you see any players that could do anything in the second half that make this a more contested match?
Right. So Luis Lang, we saw him start up top kind of by himself. It was tough for him to create any opportunities, but he did seem like the one that was furthest forward that would get a chance for NJCU. But overall, they're going to have to transition one of their midfielders into a forward so that they have more of a chance to get out of midfield, because so far they've been, every time they get into midfield, they get pushed back into defending.
Yeah, it just looks like, it's their first game. I think they're a couple steps behind. Montclair just has that confidence a little bit of getting that first game out, and it's shown throughout the first 45 minutes of this first half.
Right.
Let's see if that continues as the players will start to take the field here.
And even now, you see the players coming back on the field. We mentioned it a few times in the first half, but Montclair has the size advantage overall in NJCU. And in some sports, that may be a bad thing, but for soccer and the way this game is being played right now, the size advantage for Montclair is just too much to make up for NJCU.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage. The headers, like you've mentioned, all won by Montclair State. The possession battle, all the corners are gone to Montclair State. So
right, as it looks like Joe Cullen is out on the pitch talking to his field, trying to go over some tactics and stuff before we get back into the second half. We'll see quite quickly, if he starts 2 or maybe even 3 up top in this half, but I think something's got to change.
Yeah, we should see a change in formation or play style at least.
Also, if you can see on this near side, Montclair, ready for this kickoff, have 5 players on the near side touchline ready to, Montclair's going to pass this back and to a central defender. Those 5 players are going to sprint forward into NJCU's half, try to create pressure, and it's basically a Hail Mary of sorts in soccer.
In the soccer world, yes, you're right.
And there they go, the ball going back to to Montclair, and like I said, a Hail Mary of sorts forward. It doesn't materialize, though.
And
but
like you said, Todd Tumulty wasting no time, keeping the pressure on,
right,
foot on the gas pedal, not taking that off.
And that's got to be, something out of his playbook. I've seen 2 or 3 players on the touchline like that before, but I've never seen 5 at once. So Tumulty knows what he's doing. He's got his team pressured, and they've already got 5 on NJCU's line. So, and a great ball over the top.
Great ball.
Just out of the range of the outstretched toe. But I mean, NJCU, they gotta be shell-shocked right now. We're 40 seconds into the half. Montclair has 5 or 6 players in their attacking end. Any chance they have of coming back into this game may have been shut by, the pressure that Montclair is showing. It's gonna be NJCU ball for a throw-in.
By number 3, Piero Urtiaga.
Nice one back by Corman.
Corman's size is definitely something that you could see from a long distance away.
Right, yeah.
6'4".
We haven't had a player checking the game yet above 6'1" outside of Corman, so he's towering over the other players on the field.
Nice run here. And that'll be...
It's going to be a Montclair State corner.
Another corner, yes.
NJCU does have a player on their roster, Christopher Castillo. He was listed at 6'3", but we have not seen him checking the game yet. You got to think Joe Cullen might be looking at that as a possible, piece to bring in the game as a 6'3" player against the size of Montclair. And also that size is going to be an advantage here on the corner, because Montclair has a cluster in the box.
Ball headed there nicely away by the Gothic Knights. In contact there, no call.
It was Urtiaga with the header away. And Montclair is going to have a very attacking throw in here in NJCU's half. Corman to throw the ball in.
And that ball saved there by the Gothic Knights.
A nice toss into the path there from line ball.
Again, very early on, but similar storyline so far. Montclair on the attack.
The ref making sure we get this ball back in play at the right position, that it went out. This ball rattled around midfield and gets popped out.
Might be off.
Yeah, looks like number 8 for NJCU. That was
Holding a little bit, yeah.
Luis Lang holding back the defender. So Montclair looked to play it quickly over the top.
A little short there.
But it's cut out by Cardozo. Out for a throw-in. Great touches there. And a ball into the box, but Linebaugh is going to claim it. Some quick feet there on the far side from the Montclair State attacker. I believe that was Goldberg, Justin Goldberg.
Nice move there by number 11, Juan Macias.
Gets the ball into Perez. Out wide to Lang. This is one of the better
sequences so far for NJCU, but quickly snuffed out by number 8, Michael Casper.
That was definitely one of the better sequences so far. They string together, you know, a nice little bit of skill there from, I believe that was Perez who got it into Lang. Actually, it was Macias who got it into Perez. But some promising stuff there from NJCU.
They have the talent to get it done. It's just about putting it together.
Right. And here's Llewellyn with the shot. It's deflected, and it's palmed out by Linebaugh. That one almost found the far post. Deflections like that are real tough for goalies because you start your dive. You're the last man back. You're the last hope for your team, and that ball gets deflected. You have to change your path real quick.
Which he did a nice job of doing.
Right, and tapped it out of play behind the goal for a Montclair corner. You see, Montclair has all their players kind of in a cluster. It seems like NJCU is playing a zone on this corner defensively. It's going to go over everyone's head. And out for a throw-in.
Unable to save it there.
So as you saw, Montclair kind of puts 5 or 6 guys in a cluster at the top of the box, and they all break at the same time to get into their positions. Looked to be a handball there, and the referee did see it. That was a handball on Sandoval. He's going to tell Perez here to back up a little bit, give the 10-yard space.
So the handball by Jonathan Sandoval will be a free kick here for Montclair State.
That's Perez and Macias in the wall. Not the 2 tallest guys you want in the wall. It's 5'4" and 5'6" respectively between Perez and Macias.
And I believe Osman Mendez will kick this.
And we'll see if he's going to try to take advantage of, you know, the lack of size in this wall. NJCU putting their 2 shortest players here.
Yeah, interesting 2 people to choose.
And it looks to be a push in the back.
Yeah.
And the ref is going to call a foul going the other direction.
Way. Wow. Interesting.
Maybe there was a push on the far side, but it did look that the Montclair State player was pushed in the back going for that ball. The ref
probably knows better than me. That's why I don't have a blue shirt on.
Yeah. That's going to be Linebaugh here to kick it out.
Might have been a
handball. It's a harsh handball there. D. Cullen with a little bit of a volley on the far side showing his skills, as does the linesman popping it back. And now an NJCU coach on the floor. I don't know quite what he's doing, but he's back up. But we've seen Linebaugh struggle with, you know, kicking the ball back in play. That one barely cleared the first man. And I don't know if that was a cross or a pass or a little bit of both. Keenan says, I'll take that. Probably, I would say that's first save of the afternoon. You think that'll count as a registered shot on goal?
It'll be interesting to see. We will check that. That might be his first save, you're right.
Montclair giving up nothing in the midfield. Every time NJCU wins it back, Montclair just get it right back from them. And we see Corriman go to track this one down with his size. But almost a foot difference between the 2 of them. It's fascinating as Perez quickly gets between them.
Splits the defenders as Perez
knocks it out to Luis Lang. Well defended, a nice time sliding tackle by the defender. It's going to be a corner for NJCU.
Their first one of the game.
It's a good spell of play these last 2 minutes for NJCU. We saw Perez, you know, get closed down by Corriman and Perez with the tight spin to get away, and then led to this corner.
Coach Joe Cullen has to be happy here. A little bit better performance, definitely on the offensive side.
Right.
Just showing them that, you know, giving them some confidence that they can compete with the Montclair State squad.
And it's knocked out here, and it's going to be Llewellyn who takes the ball with nothing but green grass in front of him. He's being chased down by Macias.
They got numbers if they push.
And he goes for the skill move, the fat boy on Perez, and here goes Llewellyn.
Llewellyn
Gets a far post, and we're going to see a shot here. Looking for the far post. Absolutely rifling past the goalkeeper.
a laser there from Montclair.
Man.
3-0 here.
That was phenomenal play there from Llewellyn, who took it. He took that ball from within his own 18, dribbled about 70 yards, knocked the ball on one end of Oscar Perez, moved his body on the other end, got the ball into the far post to the player, and we saw what happened then. Absolutely blasted it past the keeper.
Ryan Catalano with the goal.
The Montclair State goal scored by number 3, Ryan Catalano.
Into the
On an assist of number
Right into the
17,
game.
Brent Llewellyn. Time to go 53-19.
Llewellyn was obviously the a star on Wednesday with the assist for the game-winning goal.
Right. I can't get over that impressive run from him. Like I said, he took that ball from his own box and dribbled the length of the field before getting the assist. And like you said, that was Catalano with a great finish. Just too much speed on it for the line ball to handle.
I thought I was going to jinx it. I said he had numbers if he pushed it, but he pushed it and he knew exactly what he wanted to do with it.
That was a perfect pass. He saw that there was two guys around the 6-yard line, that they were both marked over their heads to the open on the far post, who obliged and blasted it past the keeper. And Montclair going to look to counter here. Just one man back for NJCU.
This is dangerous. Line bomb in a precarious situation.
But a great save from Lineball. It's going to go out of play. Wow, what a save. Lineball getting down to his right to palm that away.
He's looking around like, where is my help right now?
Right. Yeah, NJCU was completely exposed there. They got too many guys forward on the attack, and that was Justin Goldberg flying through, going for the attempt.
Goldberg is their leading returning scorer, I believe, with 6 goals last season.
He was looking for his first of the season there. Montclair State in no rush to get this ball back in play from the corner kick.
The second shot on that was by Jambi Kagata, looking for his second goal on the season.
And this ball is cut out in the near post. But
Nice move
nice
there.
skill move, puts the defender on his bottom.
Ball's easily trickling into the box, though. Not a good sign there defensively. Defensively, it's been rough all game.
NJCU has a man at the far post. If he picks his head up and he doesn't see him, he chooses to go on his own down the left side, and he's going to be absolutely swallowed up by the defender. Yeah, that was number 8. He didn't quite see the man on the far post. It was Luis Lang. If he picked his head up, he would have seen his man had a lot of open space behind him. A cynical foul there from Montclair State leads to a free kick.
That's the only thing I could think of that Montclair needs to work on a little bit, is that some of the contact, given a lot of free kicks.
Right.
Against some other teams, you might pay the price for that.
Right. Yeah, but NJCU so far not able to capitalize. Let's see if they can do so here.
8-8 here on the fouls. So all tied up there, pretty even. Or 9 now for Montclair State, 9 fouls. As that ball is too strong there.
Travels over everyone for a goal kick.
Shane Keenan with the goal kick. Just kicks it slightly to his defender.
And that's something within soccer that has changed recently as well. You used to not be able, as a goalkeeper on goal kicks, as Goldberg gets sent through here in a little bit of a coming together of legs, but it wasn't a foul, says the referee. It was just accidental contact. And Goldberg's going to stay down. He's going to roll over onto his back. He might have got a turf burn there when he fell down.
I think that's what it was.
But as I was saying with goalkeepers, now as a goalkeeper, you can pass the ball to your own defender within your 18-yard box. A couple years ago, that wasn't the case. You had to try to play it out a little bit deeper from the back. But, you know, soccer's changing, and teams like to play out from the back and hold possession and, you know, pass the ball around. So the game is changing. As Corriman here.
An ever-evolving game.
Exactly. Corriman opting for the wrist tape on his left wrist. Got some sort of injury, ligament or something, or if it's more of a stylistic. It's something you see quite a lot, such as Suarez. Hopefully coordinate anyone. It'll be Suarez though.
Yeah.
From Corriman. Almost 20.
Just to the right of the goalpost.
And Corriman, for a defender, he's got his offensive chops. Last year he had 5 assists, and he was the leader for the team as a defender, so quite impressive from him getting up the pitch.
Yeah, one of the leaders of this team. The senior defensive player out of Wayne Hills.
Right, one of the captains. Very important player for this program.
We've seen all day what he can do for the squad. So.
Right. And I would say, you know, they lost Ian Johnson, who graduated last year, who led the team in minutes. I would say Corriman's going to be the one that benefits the most. I would say he's going to be the most.
He's going to be that guy.
Yeah, he's going to be the guy that steps up as a senior captain, defender. You know, it's got to be him. Let's see if Luis Lang saw Corriman hawking him down again and chose not to go that way. And it's going to go down the right side instead for NJCU.
Some better passing here. I think offensively, the Gothic Knights have been better here in the second half.
Right, they just string a few passes together, and then it gets to a player, and then the player kind of has his moment where Montclair, you know, pin him into a corner, and that's where they win the ball back and they can break.
They're missing that one big play, and then defensively, it's obviously been a struggle, but offensively, yeah, again, just missing that one big pass or one big strike.
Right, and it does. I was going to say it does look to be 2 up top for NJCU, but now they've dropped off into more of a flat 5 in midfield. That looked to be a handball. Not seen by the referee there. That was a possible handball from Piero Artiega. But
I wonder how he didn't see that. But.
Yeah, the ref didn't quite have position on that. Goldberg is hacked over here again. He's getting
mauled. He hit the ground plenty of times here.
Oh, and a great turn there from Alvaro Cardozo to get rid of 2 defenders. Perez here that picks it up. Goes out wide to Samuel Ansa.
Ansa, their best goal scorer.
And Macias getting around.
Macias turns the corner.
And let's see if the ref calls a flop here or he's going to call a foul. And it's going to be
a yellow.
A yellow against Montclair State. So it is going to be a foul on the Redhawks just outside the box. So they're going to have a free kick. Questioning a few things there. 1, if that was a penalty. 2, if that was a flop. I just had to clear that up, but it looks like no flop, no penalty, so a free kick outside the box for NJCU.
And a substitution a few minutes ago. Luis Lang out. Samuel Ansa, again, their best goal scorer, in.
You can see the fans, as we mentioned before, the fans lining the top of that parking garage, Red Hawk parking deck. I mean, it's a heck of a view up there once you're up top.
It is, yeah. And that looks to be a little bit too far headed away.
Great battle on the far side, and it's chopped out by Montclair. There's going to be 3 substitutions here at once for Montclair.
The yellow card was on MSU's Daniel Rodriguez.
It looks like it's Llewellyn coming off, as well as Goldberg. I couldn't quite see the third one, but Llewellyn and Goldberg off. That looks to be number 15, Frank Oramas, on the now. Of indecision there from JCU. And that ball looks like it went out of bounds midair. And that's a record as well. If you kick the ball and it curls and, you know, the ball is fully out of play, even if it's in midair, the possession switches, excuse me.
Throwing here, midfield.
And those substitutions were Brent Llewellyn out, Frank Oramas in, John B. Cagato out to be replaced by Marvin Sedena, and the last one was Justin Goldberg out, replaced by Jake Stump, who got a goal in the first half. Let's see if he can get a second.
Yeah, Stump's been very effective in this one.
Let's see if Montclair can work it down to the open Corman on the right side.
They're finding the openings in this defense pretty easily here, even maybe more than in the first half. Nice slide tackle there.
Well won. Well won here, and it goes up to Perez, and Corman out of nowhere to bring the ball back. He's got such agility for someone that's 6'4". Sometimes you don't see that.
That was a perfect way to describe that. Out of nowhere. He came out completely out of nowhere there to grab the ball, but it's now back in the possession.
And look at those
Knights.
Look at those long strides by Corman to get back. He's playing more of a midfield role, I'd say, this half.
Clean slide tackle there.
A through ball slotted here to the left side.
Successful.
The hesitation move put on by the attacker, and it's going to be out for a corner.
Good through ball there for Montclair State. Leads to the corner.
About 18 minutes gone in the second half. We've seen a little bit more action from NJCU, but overall it's still been all Montclair.
This might be a rebuilding year. I mean, I don't want to say too early, but for NJCU, you know, you got a lot of young guys.
Right.
Could be a rebuilding year, or maybe those guys will step up and, you know, they'll beat some other opponents. So they, you know, this game's certainly not over as well. So,
Right, yeah,
we'll
Cullen,
see. Just 18 minutes into this half.
Coach Cullen's got some work to do to cobble this team together to get some results. As NJCU look to break, and it's going to be Perez through the middle, searched for but not found.
Back to Macias, who kicks it back out to.
Ball across the box here, claimed by Keenan, well claimed.
Nice jumping save there by Keenan.
Gabe Cruz on the far side with the cross.
And that will be the first shot on goal, I believe.
And Keenan did well to claim that. It seemed NJCU had an open man at the far post waiting to knock that one in, but Keenan cut it off in a timely fashion.
That might be the first drop of sweat for Shane Keenan so far in this one. Hasn't had too much to do. Nice little 1-2 there by Montclair.
It's Corman out on the right. Play a ball into the box, floated in.
Headed back out, still Montclair. A dribbler goes out of play.
Speculative effort from Catalano. So a little bit of dribbling there from Marvin Sedena. He does look dangerous when he's on the pitch. He's got the agility. He's got, you know, he's got the head movement. He's got the shoulders. He can drop the shoulder and go either direction. That's dangerous for an attacker.
And that shot attempt that was errant was by Ryan Catalano. Just couldn't get the right touch on that one.
So line ball here again with a goal kick that doesn't clear midfield and is won back by Montclair.
And we don't know why Aldahir Kazun is not in the lineup, but maybe we will find that out. As again, the senior goalkeeper, very impressive last year and in his career so far for the Gothic Knights.
And Corman there started with his heels on the touchline. Oh, and a great little chop inside, and he's taken out by the defender, and the defender falls back over him. Corman kind of giving him a piece of his mind. I believe that was Piero Ortiega with the foul. But like I said, Corman started at about midfield on that run with his heels on the touchline, and the defender for Montclair saw Corman streaking forward and played it down. And with Corman's size and his ability to be on the ball and be shifty, he's won his team a free kick, and now he's in the box looking for a goal. It's going to be an in-swinger to the near post, but claimed by the goalie.
Montclair State offensive player was trying to get their head on it, but couldn't.
Yeah, that was one where you put it with a lefty, and you're on the right side of the pitch and you're trying to curl it near, looking for someone to kind of get a flick on just to mess with the goalkeeper.
Nice pass there. But good job by the Montclair State defensive line.
And look at Perez. He has the ball here and he just cannot get any space without getting tackled. And he's going to be fouled from behind there by the defender. It looked like the defender kind of stepped on Perez's leg once he had gone down there. Incidental, but just because it's an accident doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And Perez stays down for a minute. The ref not choosing to go for a card for this foul. I think that's the right decision. It seemed more accidental. Just there's some contact that's accidental that you don't have to call as a referee, but that one I think you do when, you know, kind of trips him from behind, tramples him a little bit. The referee was forced into that one.
You got to say, though, for Coach Cullen's squad, there isn't any shortage of effort, especially from Oscar Perez, a couple other of these guys, Juan Macias. They're playing really hard here today.
Right, yeah, and Perez seems to be their engine in midfield. He's the one that they want the ball at his feet, and he can kind of, you know, be shifty and get around between some defenders and try to pick a pass out, but it hasn't shown up into anything so far.
They just can't seem to find the openings in this defense.
It looks like Quigley has subbed back in. Brogan Quigley, number 2.
Again, you could say that name again. I love that name.
Brogan
Quigley.
Yeah.
That'll be a throw in here. Stefan Korman out, Brogan Quigley in. I'm sorry, you already were just clarifying that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who had left the pitch for Quigley. So it was Korman, which Quigley would be taking up the same position on the right side. Kind of a defender that has the ability to go forward, since NJCU isn't really putting anyone on this left side defensively to stop them. That's going to be put all the way, oh no, it's put here, the central defender. That's number 12, Oshbin Mendez on the ball. He's going to play it forward, and a nice little touch there to go out wide. This is number 15, Frank Oramas.
Oramas looking to make something happen. Nice pass into the center of the box. Beautiful save there.
Great save.
Ball.
Yeah, it looked like he thought that one was going to his left, but it ended up going to the right with no deflection. He still had to get back and save it. There's a rare header won by NJC. Second one has gone awry and it's claimed.
And that shot was by Michael Casper. Again, another freshman. Freshmen's galore in this game.
Right.
Beautiful shot there, and even better save. And this one's an easier save. Or just right to him.
We'll see if NJCU can work out from the back. They've just ended up going to the long ball this game. They've tried, as you can see, they tried passing it around a little bit, and then we just kind of get the ball where they just don't see anyone forward, and they just kind of kick it forward to try to get anything going, but they haven't so far.
Do you credit that to being a little bit impatient? You know, they're trying to, especially now being down 3-0, they're just trying to find something, and they're kind of like a Hail Mary. You know, they get a couple passes here and there, and they're just trying a little bit too much on the fourth pass, or maybe on a long strike.
And I think that's something Todd Tumulty has taught his team. You know, if you know you have the advantage tactically on a team, you can give them those couple passes to make them feel a little bit comfortable, and then they turn the pressure on, and that's where NJCU kind of freak out, and they kind of just toss that ball forward to no one. Yeah, if you're Coach Joe Cole and you want to see a little bit more patience from your side.
Tough with the young squad down 3-0 in their home or not their home opener, in their opener.
Right. Yeah. So if this was last year, they'd be looking for DePaula, one of their top goal scorers. Also Burgos and Marshall. None of those guys with the team anymore. So NJCU looking for that man to step up, and it hasn't happened yet.
This year's all about finding those new guys. Samuel Ansa, he's one of those guys who's going to be consistent for them.
Right.
Or they hoped for him to be consistent. He's been a little bit quiet today, but they're going to need some other guys that are going to need to step up and put the ball in the net.
Yeah, and this definitely seems like a team that has the foundation defensively. but just when they get to attack, it seems like they're missing players that they had last year, which is the case.
Substitution, Dimitri Mataris is out. Giancarlo Altamirano in. And Nick Altahortua in. Gabe Cruz out for NJCU.
As that ball was played through to Ansa, he couldn't quite catch up, and Keenan claimed it. Quigley looking for the foul there, but it didn't come. And it goes into Ansa off the throw-in. Tosses it into the box.
That one headed. And
a chopping challenge. The referee says it was clean. Another one there put in by the... Yeah, and that one's going to be penalized.
yeah,
That was number 24, Anthony Salmarone. Just a little bit too aggressive there. With, he got away with the first one. The referee might have thought, that could be a foul, but once he saw that second one, he had no choice but to give a foul.
and ref, I guess, smartly doesn't give him a yellow. He's already got a yellow card in this one.
Right. And a long ball over the top here, looking for the attacker, but line ball off his line well. Right to Quigley, though, who touches it down perfectly to his teammate. And the ball is played through here to Altamirano.
Oh. And another goal for Montclair State.
Poked into an open net.
4-0 here, Montclair in their home opener.
And that was Michael Casper, I believe, with the finish.
Casper almost had one a couple minutes ago.
Another freshman getting on the scoreboard for Montclair. That's got to feel good for them.
The Montclair State goal scored by number 8, Michael Casper. On an assist from number 11, Marvin Cadena. Time of the goal, 72-19.
Cadena now with an assist and a goal here.
He's having himself a game as a freshman.
Freshman getting it done here for the Red Hawks.
The hometown boy, too. He's from Clifton.
Yes, he is. Yep. It's good to see.
And Casper also quite local, from Jackson, New Jersey, more of a central Jersey location.
Nice little back heel pass there. Nice passing here. 1-2. Beautiful job here by Montclair.
They won a fifth, and they're out to Altamirano again. Looking for the far post. That was a beauty. We had quite the angle for that. That one was looking for the far post.
That was a beauty.
And that was number 15, Frank Oramas, looking for his first.
Oramas has given them really good minutes here in this match, especially
Right.
in the second half.
And I've got to say, Montclair has found all of their success down the right side of the field this half.
And now it's reached the point where if you're Coach Joe Cullen, where it's all about lessons learned. What you're going to take away from this game? What you're going to tell your team after this one?
Right.
Because this one's slipping away, or did slip away from you. 4-0, 73 minutes into the match.
Yeah, at this point, he would love a consolation goal of sorts. We'll see if they can get something going up there. They haven't so far. I think only one shot so far from NJCU this game.
Yeah, one shot, yes.
Just
24-1.
Complete.
And utter domination.
Exactly. I think there's a booking there from the referee.
Yellow card on Montclair State. I believe it's on. Is it on
It's going to be Donovan Davis leaving the pitch.
Donovan Davis, and yellow card on NJC Nick Atuhortua.
And it was Donovan Davis for the Red Hawks who was carded, so Coach Tumulty taking no chances. He does not want to lose Davis to a red card. However, the rules for D3 are a little bit different than the professional world in soccer. For substitutions in the second half, you can come off the pitch and then you're allowed to come back on the pitch, but only once in the second half. So a little bit more tactical, tactical gameplay when you can make those kind of substitutions, more than the professional leagues where it's just 3 subs for the game. As Quigley hits it with the outside of his foot. A great little layoff there, and the ref could have played advantage, but he chose to pull it back. And Oramas got it back in play.
Montclair is kicking it back. Frank Ormas, the junior from Jersey City. So going against his, Jersey City University, the kid from Jersey City.
And that goal would have felt good if he saw that one find the top corner.
Yeah. That would have been the goal of the day. Spacing's just better. Montclair's just really kind of outclassing NJCU a little bit here.
And the dummy just took the defender out of the play, and the defender at that point had no choice but to hack down the Montclair State player for the foul. And we've seen even still, with the score getting 3-4-0, NJCU seemingly not changing their tactics, still sticking with the one man up top by himself.
And the diving save there by line ball.
Tosses it out to Urtiega. And here's Ansa.
They've done a good job of shadowing Ansa the whole game, making sure he doesn't get loose.
And a big wave of substitutions coming here. It looks like 4 for NJCU and 4 for Montclair.
We'll read those out to you once we get the names.
Our team of live stat operators here doing their best to get these substitutions off.
Always doing a good job.
Definitely. As Quigley holds the ball at his hip on the near side, just about near midfield, waiting for the throw-in, waiting to get all these substitutions locked in. And the ref says we can resume play, and here we go.
You got a good team when Quigley's coming off the bench. He can really play for them. So
right, yeah, he was one of the leaders in minutes on this team last year, and the fact that he's transitioned to the bench, at least for this game, has been good for them, because to have a player such as Koreman, who can assist and defend as well as he does, get subbed out for Quigley is important. And it looks like Lineball might have caught a cleat in the head there from the Montclair State player, but he seems to be okay. And that was number 22, Delvin Nketiah, chasing him down.
Who's had a couple impressive runs here as well. Everybody who's pretty much gotten some time from Montclair has showed them what they can do.
Definitely. And
potentially this year,
Coach Tabulti knows that this is a chance for some of his players that get less minutes to show their skills, so he's going to try to empty the bench as much as he can. As this is number 7 leaving field for number 20, Alex Yatako.
Montclair will play next at Kane, March 20th, next Saturday.
And that's actually Jabez Thomas up top instead of Elvin Nketiah. My bad on that. But Jabez Thomas, once again, looking for the attack, but it does not come. Actually, they've won a corner from the far side.
.12.5 here to go in the second half.
And we see here Montclair going for the cluster approach again on the corner. NJCU, they have 2 men marked up, but the rest are kind of marking their zones. Put in by Quigley, and
header too strong there.
We'll see if Quigley can win it back, and he's trying to. Montclair just has this wall built outside of the box where NJCU cannot get past. Chip through,
Nice.
no one on the end of it.
Good idea, though. Again, the ball dies right about at midfield.
There was a nice little touch there from Jonathan Uron, but Montclair quickly won it back. We have another sub set to check in. Let's see if he can get in here. And the ref's making sure the ball is placed at the right spot, and the substitute's going to have to wait. You like to see this from Coach Tumulty. He's not telling his team to back off. He wants them forward. He wants them scoring. And it looked like that was offside there on the far side.
Not too many offside calls yet. Is that the first one?
I believe that may have been the first one we've
First
seen.
offside call today, yeah.
The linesmen, likewise Scott Keenan, have not had much to do today. Not Scott Keenan, excuse me, Shane Keenan.
Goal kick here for line ball. Ooh. Foul on Ryan Evandy. Actually, excuse me.
Yeah, it looks like it was going to be an NJCU free kick, but the ref switched and said it was a push from NJCU, and it's going to be Montclair with the free kick now. Wait, number 14, Giancarlo Altamirano here on the near side. Let's see if Montclair choose to work it down this way. But it's going to be out of play on the far side for a Montclair throw-in. And now the substitution is allowed to come in. It's going to be... I couldn't quite see that. It's going to be a goalkeeper switch, actually, for Montclair.
It's going to be Andres Lesme.
Getting his first game action of the season.
I believe that's Andres Lesme.
Quite rare to see a goalkeeper switch, you know. Tumulty taking his chances. There's about 9 minutes left in this game. It's a good time to get get your backup goalies some 10 minutes of experience against this NJCU squad.
Yeah, and everybody's hungry on this Montclair State team. You know, they want to come in. They don't want this game to stay 4-0. They want to increase the lead, show what they can do. They want to get more minutes on this team, prove that they're a deeper squad than people might think.
So it's a free kick here just inside midfield for NJCU. And there was a push in the back early on that play. And that was Ryan Evandy with the infringement there, the push in the back of the Montclair player. It's going to be Lesme with his first touch of the game. He's going to have a free kick here. He's just going to play it short. And this one's going long to Altamirano.
Altamirano trying to chase it down.
Runs out of pitch. Runs out of pitch. It's going to be a deep throw in for NJCU, and Montclair is going to look to pin them back. There's 2 more subs come in from NJCU. That looks to be number 21, Max Diaz. And the other substitute was number 26, Brandon Cantero, coming on the pitch. Freshman out of Roselle. So, like we said, it's good to see some freshmen get some minutes. They're dying to play. I mean, it's been a year and a half since their season ended. So good for them to get some minutes on the field. And this one is
hits
right
the side of the goal there. Yeah, and like you said, they're just trying to get some minutes. Last game was a close game, obviously close match, 1-0 until the 0-0 until the 85th minute. So the backups couldn't get that much time as much as they're getting today. So
right.
It's a good thing sometimes when you win games handily, and then you could bring some other guys in.
And also to that note, like you said, Montclair held a clean sheet against Stockton. They have a clean sheet right now against NJCU. You know, Coach Tumulty will be thrilled if his side can hold 2 clean sheets to start off the season. And this one rolls out for a corner. Looking forward, Montclair, will be looking to continue their hot streak next week against Kane on the 20th.
At Kane, yes, an alumni stadium in Union, New Jersey. NJCU will be home against Rutgers Camden at their complex called the Garrity Complex in Jersey City. So they'll try to rebound after a tough, what appears will be a tough loss.
Right. Barring a miracle, crazier things have happened.
Yes. You never know. But this one might be in the bag.
And this is going to be Brandon Quintero, freshly on the pitch to convert the throw-in here. And it's just Montclair. I mean, when they put that team press on, Coach Tumulty sends 7 or 8 players to defend the throw-in. There's just no way out of that if you're NJCU. And I think that might have been his plan, to force NJCU into the long balls that develop into nothing.
Montclair will keep possession, looking to make something happen with just 5 minutes left here to go.
We've seen a
Plus the stoppage time.
seen a few late hacks. The referee, I think he might play an advantage on that, but Montclair held the ball, so he didn't have to call it back for a free kick.
Altamirano here with the left foot pass.
Drop of the shoulder there and the long shot. And it's going to go over and wide.
That's one where you want to get on the stat sheet.
Right
there.
So just about 5 minutes left here at MSU Soccer Park. Score is MSU 4, NJCU Gothic Knights 0. This one's going to be played down the wing to Altamirano, who tries to touch it inside the defender. He does. The ball's on his left foot now, and he's hacked down. That's going to be a free kick. No, the ref
Doesn't call anything.
Wow, the ref did not call that. You can see Altamirano just kind of gets up thinking,
Perplexed a little bit, yeah.
Falls here to the far post, smacks the defender in the face, but he recovers. But Altamirano is there faster. Looked like the defender was a little bit dazed after that one, and a pot shot is saved by the keeper.
Nice save there.
Yeah, that one, it looked like it got popped up into the face of Quintero, who seemed to be a little bit dazed for a second, and Altamirano took advantage, sprinted over, and won possession back for his team. And here's Altamirano again.
The possession game is just continuing to be won by the guys in white.
Back to Altamirano, looking to get through the... I mean, NJCU, they're doing a good job putting numbers on the ball, but they just cannot get forward. As soon as they try to get forward, Montclair put 2 or 3 on them, and it turns them around back into defending. As we have another sub coming in for NJCU. It's number 24 coming off. That's number 24, Anthony Salmarone, leaving the pitch. And in his place is number 15, Dylan Leone, the freshman out of Harrison, New Jersey. Kind of getting thrown into the fire, these freshmen. You know, a 4-0 game. Montclair, like I said in the first half, they smell blood in the water early, and they've just been chomping at the bit ever since.
Kind of thrown into the fire, but not too much pressure when you're up, 4-0. So
Right, yep.
It's good to, like we said, it's good to get some guys on the field, get their confidence up, as you never know when you're going to need them.
Right. Another towering header here, won by Montclair.
That shot was by Eric Chicas.
Montclair has had the strict advantage all day in the air and on the ground. The ball looked to be played through here from Altamirano. It's chipped past the goalkeeper.
Another goal! 5-0 Montclair as they score in the last under 2 minutes.
NJCU looking for the offsides there, but the referee turned his head the other way and said, "No way, Jose," and there was a goal, 5-0 to Montclair.
I believe that was tapped in at the end right before it crossed the line, so that goal will be credited to...
I believe that was Jabez Thomas.
Shot by Delvin Nicotia.
Yes, Delvin Nicotia with a goal. Poked it in at the far post.
Another freshman.
The Montclair State goal scored by number 22, Delvin Nikia. On in the session number 26, Eric Chica's time to go 88:09.
So most of the goals here by freshmen. So we mentioned that there were a lot of freshmen for the Gothic Knights, but we didn't mention that there was a lot of good, standout freshmen from Montclair. So
Right, and they were ready to go. They could have came out a little bit nervous today. It's the home opener. You got some fans in the crowd. You got some fans watching you in the parking garage, but no nerves, no nervousness from any of them. They came out firing. You have to say, all the players that have been on the pitch for Montclair today have looked good.
1 minute remaining in the half, 1 minute.
This is going to be Chavez taking it out from the back. Chavez in an offside position now, looks for the pass. Doesn't get to him, so the referee doesn't have to call offsides.
nice defensive play there.
And there's 40 seconds left in this game. Let's see if Montclair want to go for a sixth. I think that would be a nice cherry on the top.
And it's really, I don't want to be, if you're a Gothic Knight fan, you might want to do earmuffs here for a second. 30 shots to 1.
Whew.
That is definitely tough.
I've been watching soccer for a long time, and I've got to say 30 shots to 1 is probably one of the most disadvantaged stats I've ever seen
10
in this
seconds.
sport.
9, 8,
18 to 0 when
7,
you account for
6,
shots on goal.
5, 4,
So this one's going to wrap up here, 5-0 to the Redhawks.
And
that is the end of the game. Final
that's your
score,
game
Montclair
here
State
as
5,
Montclair State
nothing.
wins
Ladies and gentlemen, the Redhawks
5-0.
will be back here at MSU Soccer Park 2 weeks from today.
So looking
As they host
forward
the
next
Roadrunners
Saturday,
of
the
Ramapo
Redhawks
on
travel
March
to Kane
27th.
University to take on the
Game time
Cougars.
will be
That
at
should be a good one. And after
1
that, a
p.m.
big matchup against William
Hope to
Patterson
see you
on the
there. Ladies and
24th, so
gentlemen,
look out for that.
So a
Redhawks and Gothic
2-week
Knights,
break
thank you
until
for your
they're back
attendance
home.
here this
They will play
afternoon. Please drive home
Ramapo
safely.
here at
Thank
MSU
you,
Soccer
and have a
Park
good day.
in Montclair, New Jersey.
And for NJCU, their next game is going to be at home against Rutgers Camden, and then after that, they will be at Ramapo.
So
if you're Coach Tumulty,
there's a lot to like.
Your team put up 30 shots, they scored 5. Maybe he'll look at the efficiency and say, we put up 30 and only scored 5. Next game, let's try to better that. But, you can't do much better than putting up 30 shots in 90 minutes.
Yeah, no, 30 shots in 90 minutes. The defense was just, like we said, swarming. They just didn't let NJCU from the get-go get anything going.
Right, yeah, there was never even a thought where we, there was maybe 1 or 2 moments where we thought NJCU might crack a goal, but otherwise complete domination on that end. So Montclair State now to open the season with 2 straight clean sheets. They're going to try to keep it going against Kane next week and look for